I think when I initially signed up for the course, I'd been on previous courses before, so I expected it to be quite difficult. But I wanted a greater appreciation of the Quran, so I really wanted to be able to understand word for word what the Quran says, but also go into a more analytical, a more deeper understanding, gain a deeper understanding of the Quran. Not only so I can, when I read it, I can understand it, but also understand the different nuances surrounding the words and the verses, and also implement it into daily life as well. You know, you've got so many tools and resources at your fingertips that allow you to engage not only in class but also outside the class. So you can use apps and the online revision sessions and the PDF exercise sheets. They basically allow you to just work away in your own time and be able to not only basically gain in the lesson but also make sure that you work at it outside the lesson as well. No matter how much you study and look into the Quran, and no matter how much you study, there's still more that can be done. If that even after studying for such a long time, you can sometimes think of something just for the first time whilst studying a verse. And I think that's what this course in particular allows you to do. We just see it as words and beautiful calligraphy on paper, but we never go beyond that. And I think that's what I really enjoyed the most, the fact that you can actually, whilst reciting the Quran, you know what you're reciting, but also you're thinking of different things, you're making connections, and it's really it allows you to appreciate how it's such a mathematical and numerical language as well. And I think that's what I loved about the course the most. I think this course is different to a lot of the other courses that I've attended, especially because of the amount of tools and resources you have. You've got a double benefit where you're not only taught how to study Arabic, but you're kind of groomed and molded into an actual student, where you're basically being taught different study techniques. And because I was doing exams at the same time outside of the class as part of my professional life, and I was using study techniques that I'd picked up in this course in terms of memory retention and how the first 48 hours following a class is the most important, and then I was applying that into my professional life as well, and you really start to notice the difference.
I expected to learn how to understand the Quran more. I actually achieved more than what I expected. Not only can I connect to the Quran more now, I can connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala better. That's what this course has given me. Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written the Quran the way He has, why He has used certain words at certain time, whilst the same words at other times with slight difference, because it's got a total different meaning. Yeah, so I got more than what I bargained for in that sense. A highlight for me was when I was in the lesson especially, and when Sheikh himself was picking up a certain word, and it was a word that was fairly hard to understand, you yourself explaining to us where the word came from, the root words, and basically how easy it was to understand if you really wanted to understand. That was one of the highlights. The resources were immense. You were there all the time to help us out, and there was a lot of literature, a lot of apps that you created. There was a lot on the computer, so every time, plus there was recordings of the lesson all the time, so sometimes when you didn't actually understand something well enough, you were always able to go back to the lesson and go through it again. That actually did help a lot. Every week as we were going through the lessons, we wasn't rushed at all. Every student was treated as an individual, and the students worked at their own pace rather than being rushed. And the other thing was, every week when we started the lesson, we revisited the week before, the concepts we did the week before, which made it easier. So even sometimes if we missed things out, it was made easier, and we were able to catch up without without doing much. I noticed that I'm a lot closer to the Quran now than ever before. The course has helped me immensely. Now I can understand how the Quran is constructed, how certain words mean certain things if it's at the beginning of the sentence or the middle of the sentence or at the end of the sentence, which I didn't understand before. I can appreciate what the Quran is now a lot more than ever before. I will recommend this course to everybody. Sole reason, because it's very, very easy, very simple to understand. When I first went in the course, I did actually feel, am I going to go through this? Am I not going to go through this? There seems to be a lot of work involved in it. But actually, it's quite easy. It was quite easy. There was a lot of help. There was a lot of resources. I recommend to everybody, whoever feels that they want to attach to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Quran, this is a course I will recommend to anybody and everybody.